Good morning. We are Noel Gomez, Carlos Heinsen, and Leonardo Lebron, and today we will present the literary analysis from Call of the Wild. This is how we picture Buck, the main character from Jack London's Call of the Wild, to look like. He's a loyal dog. Deep in the forest, a call was sounding, and as often as he heard the call, mysteriously thrilling and lurging, he felt compelled to turn his back upon the fire and the beaten earth around it, and to the plunge into the forest, and on and on. He knew not where or why, nor did he wonder where or why. The call sounding imperiously deep in the forest. But as often as he gained the soft, unbroken earth, he and the green shade, the love for John Thornton drew him back to the fire again. This quote states how Buck is not able to leave John Thornton's side, even when he's in many ways facing his Call of the Wild, and even free from any human control against him. This, in many ways, can show that even when the come out of things will give us comfort and profit, it is better to stay loyal to the closest people that you have, because you will not know when you will ever in the future need them at your side. Things to others will help you succeed in life, but of course, some of these connections might be pulling you or stopping you from achieving success. That's a reason why John Thornton died, so Buck could answer his ancestral call. Now, this is the man in the red sweater. He can be described as a greedy human being. The days went by, other dogs came, in crates at the end of the ropes, some docility, and some raging and roaring as he had come. And one and all, he watched them pass under the dominion of the man in the red sweater. The lesson was driven from home to Buck. A man with a club was a lawgiver, a master to obey. Wants to show us that the majority of people in the world would go to extreme measures for their personal benefit. Without the man in the red sweater, Buck would have never learned the law of the club, which helped him survive in the Yukon. He bought dogs to break them, and then sell them to owners that wouldn't treat them as pets, but as tools. Another character from the Call of the Wild is Manuel. He's impressively selfish. No one saw him and Buck go off through the orchard, and on what Buck imagined was a merry stroll, no one saw them arrive in the little flag station known as College Park. This man talked with Manuel and money clinked between them. The author is trying to tell the reader that the world can be a cruel place. Don't trust everyone, and without Manuel there would be no story. So if he wasn't selfish, he wouldn't have committed the crime of selling Buck, meaning no story. Manuel is a selfish man because he had the audacity to kidnap and sell Buck for his own benefit because of his gambling addiction. But last but not least, this is Spitz. He was, as described in the book, Buck's rival. Spitz was described as a bully, since most of his actions were negatively impacting every character in the book. Buck staggered over and against the sled, exhausted, sobbing for breath, helpless. This was Spitz's opportunity. He sprang upon Buck, and twice his teeth sank into his unresisting fore and ripped the tore flesh to the bone. Spitz had Buck's strength, but none of his mortality. Spitz can be described as a bully because he is vicious with the weaker dogs in the pack and seems to look on without pity when the dogs in the pack have been are beaten or hurt. He doesn't follow any rules. Surprising, Buck, instead of challenging him directly and nipping at him when their camp is being overtaken by wild huskies, instead of defending the camp by his side. The author describes Spitz as a bully so he can teach the reader that people like Spitz, bullies, always fail in life. That is why, when Buck and Spitz have their deadly fight, the bully ends up in the ground and Buck as the new leader of the pack.
Theory of evolution. Species evolve, change over time. Adaptation to environment. He learned to bite the ice out with his teeth when it collected between his toes. And when he was thirsty and there was a thick scum of ice over the water hole, he would break it by raving and striking it with his stiff forelegs. Page 25. Buck's body throughout the time in the wilderness has been going through changes because of the environment he is learning to survive in certain situations when a lack of resources. For example, he was thirsty, so he broke some ice to get to the water underneath him. Movement, or retrogression, was rapid. His muscles became hard as iron, and he grew callous to all ordinary pain. Page 25. Buck's body has been going through changes in order to survive being a settler during harsh circumstances by becoming physically fit and smarter as an uncivilized dog. Fusion. He achieved an internal as well as an external economy. He could eat anything, no matter how loathsome or indigestible. And once eaten, the juices of the stomach extracted the least particle of nutriment. Page 25. Buck's internal organs are evolving in order to survive as a sled dog in the wild. He no longer needs excess food to gain energy for the whole day unlike before. Evolution. When he saw Pike seal a side of bacon when Pearl's back was turned, he duplicated the following day, gaining away with the whole chunk. Page 24. Buck learns that in the wild you need to do everything in your power to survive. Like for example, kill your prey and steal food. He also learned that in order to survive you must be self-preserving. Selection. Curly was the victim. She, in her friendly way, made advances to a husky dog. There was no warning. Curly's face was ripped open from eye to jaw. Page 15. Curly was the first to go because she was weak, and only the strong/fit survive in the hardships of this world.
Part 3. Have you ever felt the adrenaline rush within you when you are in a stressful situation? Buried within each of us, it is a primitive instinct that awakes when one feels threatened. The Call of the Wild by Jack Lyon, the theme relates to the verse and demonstrates that everyone has a primordial instinct that activates itself when needed. Buck is taken from a civilized environment and travels into the wilderness in the winter, where he must break away from the chains of the civilized world. On Judge Miller's estate, his primitive side was eroded because he didn't need it. However, his primitiveness was part of his ancestry, but it was sleeping. In the north, his wild side awakened because he needed to survive. Like a carnivorous friend, Buck, we can also relate to the verse, our fraying string is bound to society's customs and expectations. The chain imprisons our wild side and maintains it brutal sleep until a situation that awakes it presents itself. For example, if a person is visually attacked, that individual is likely going to defend himself by attacking back. Due to his inexorable primitive instinct, while Buck's experiences differ greatly from one cow's experiences, we can both rely on our dormant instinct when faced with conflicting situations. In conclusion, once our primitive side is liberated from its civilized prison, we are free from civilization for a transit move.
That's all, folks.